What is going on, guys? DBG here, and today we're talking about a new low. A new low for my team for the 250k tournament, and this one has gotten bad, lads. This is like the lowest of the low. This is maybe the low point from 2k, because for everything about banning everybody, there was always the people being like, oh, they were cheaters, they broke TOS, they deserve to be banned. And like, I actually understood that argument. I'm like, okay, maybe like that, there is merit to that argument. Cool. I don't think there's any like logical person with a soul that is going to say that what they've done today, what they've done the last few days, was right. So basically, if you guys don't know as well, we are running a tournament. We're running a best in the world tournament over 250. It will be promoted over a lot more over the next couple of days. Myself, Ty, and Splash are running it. I'm going to be putting in some of my own money. Splash is going to be, Splash isn't. I think Ty may or may not be putting in some of his own money. But we are running a tournament. We're going to be running the quote unquote best in the world. And because like the best in the world were disqualified from 250, so we're running a best in the world tournament at the same time as 250. But this basically happened. So this basically happened. So this account, Finesse in Love, he was a qualifier. He played on a burner, qualified on a burner. 2K knew he played on a burner. Okay, cool. Instead of just saying you've been disqualified for the tournament for playing on a burner, they perma-banned both his accounts. He hasn't touched his account since the first ban. They console banned him. And then I get the logic. And from this point here, you're gonna be most people are gonna say, oh, he kind of deserved that he played in the tournament when he shouldn't have. So let's go on to Danto. So Danto is a 16-year-old from Spain. He should have never been allowed to play in the tournament in the first place, by the way. But Danto's console banned. Danto never qualified before. So for everyone being like, oh, he knew better, just a heads up. As much as you can say we knew better, this was not publicly communicated with anybody. There was one person that it was communicated with that banned qualifiers cannot qualify again. End of story. And it was Ty. So obviously, let's be real, Danto probably knew the story, but Danto never qualified before. Danto had never been given information from 2K to say that he couldn't qualify again. 2K did not put it publicly anywhere that banned accounts could not qualify. Because if they just did that, then my argument here is null and void. Then the argument of things like this is null and void. And by the way, Danto's should have never been allowed to play because he's under 18. But I have no issue. Danto's console banned because he finished 5th in qualifiers, and they obviously found out that his account was banned. He didn't even play on a burner. He played on an account that was literally banned. He played on his actual account. He didn't even play on a burner. He played on his actual account in the tournament. And they perma-banned his console. But then, like, because of the fact that, I actually think that the fact that 2K, if you weren't one of the qualifiers, if you did not qualify, 2K did not communicate it, that if you had bought MT and been banned, that you couldn't qualify. Even though, yeah, it was an unwritten thing amongst a small section of the community that we did know, it was not communicated from 2K. So the fact that they perma-banned him on his console, they console banned the guy, is a crazy step. Especially because they had absolutely no issue with him playing as a 16-year-old for the whole year. And you're saying, oh, but he deserves to get banned. Might I add this then? If you're saying that Danto deserves to get banned, I'm trying to find a story. of the 12-year-old kid. I'm trying to find the old story of the 12-year-old kid, the heartwarming story. I can't find it. Basically, there was a 12-year-old kid who won like his first 3 games in a row, and his dad posted this heartfelt story on Instagram, on Twitter, about how he won 4 games in a row and finished 100 in the world, and he was so proud of his son. And some of the people that were calling everybody who played in turn banned POSs that were ineligible, everyone who called people that were ineligible POSs, I saw almost all of those guys interacting positively with the tweet of the proud dad when it's the exact same scenario. Someone playing ineligible, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. But then this is the worst scenario here. So basically, what happened with Zeddery? This is the story of Zeddery. So, a few weeks ago, when everyone got banned, he got this email on February the 8th. Congratulations, you recorded one of the 4 highest scores on game day 1. He hasn't played the game in months, but he's from Australia. He's from Australia. He hasn't played the game in months. He got the email saying you recorded one of your console's 4 highest total scores. And all good. All good. And then, 10 days later, he qualifies again. And look. There is a 0% chance that this guy bought MT. Because his accounts aren't banned. His accounts are fine, by the way. His accounts are fine. He then finished top of the leaderboard. He finished top. I have no idea which one of these qualified because so many of these are freaking burners. And so many of these are burners. And of the guys that aren't burners, there is no way they let in a guy with the name Hepatitis Javi into the tournament. But Zeddery, basically, he then gets his emails today saying, during the vetting process, investigation by our security teams has come to attention you and your PSN are in violation of the following section of the contest rules. Sponsor may prohibit an entry from participating in the contest prize if, in its sole discretion. Basically, the whole thing, basically to say, he is in violation of the rule that 2K can disqualify whoever they want. That is the rule he's in violation of. Not MT purchasing. Everyone else who got banned got a thing to say there was MT purchasing. Every other person that got disqualified got an account banned and were told something about MT purchasing. Every single one of them that got banned for MT purchasing was told it's for MT purchasing. He was banned due to the following section of the rules. He was banned due to the rule that 2K can disqualify. He was disqualified. Sorry, I keep saying banned. He was not banned. His account is fine. He was not banned. He has not bought MT. He didn't break TOS. He was disqualified for the rule that 2K can disqualify whoever they want. And he also got another email. You can see it. He also got another email to say that he was in violation on game day number 1. So, basically, 2K banned everyone. Disqualified everyone from game day number 1. Had a new vetting process. Vetted them and said it's all good. You're in. And then undid it. And have now vetted it so he's disqualified again. But now this is where it gets worse. So Zeddery's Australian. He sees that most of the best players in the world aren't there. He's thinking that he has a chance of winning. It says here, I've already booked my flights and you've banned me both gens. I never broke MT or broke TOS. This is ridiculous. Spend 10k to go with family. So obviously they had a whole family holiday based around this. Spend 10 grand to go with family to compete in a tournament. Disqualify the day before. So he's literally, I assume he's in America right now because I assume he's still going on a family holiday. Like it would be crazy not to have to spend the money, even if you can't play in the tournament. He was disqualified the day before he got on his flight. If they wait one more day, they would have disqualified him after he was in America. The guy literally booked flights because, by the way, this is an online-only tournament where everyone plays on US servers. So if you qualify from a different continent for their legit tournament, 2K won't actually fly you even to the country. So you're basically screwed. If you're not in America, you have no chance. You could be by far the best player in the world. You have no chance if you're not in America. So he decided, you know what, let me go and book flights to the US. You told me 10 days ago that I was good. You told me 10 days ago that I was fine. So let me go and book flights to the US. I'm going to go with my family, make a holiday out of it. I'm going to make a run at 250. No, they disqualified him 3 days before. Or right before he gets in his fight. With zero clarification or decency to explain why. Oh, no, they explained why. They explained the reasoning of we can ban whoever we want. Sorry, I keep using the word ban because the amount of gremlins in this chat, they're going to be like, oh, he got banned, he deserved it. No, he didn't get banned. They can disqualify whoever they want for whatever reason. Doesn't include the money spent on packs to make sure you have the best squad if they're not paying for 3 months. Playing for 3 months. Exactly. Like if the guy and for everyone saying, oh, he must have bought MT. If he bought MT, they'd say he bought MT. They've said it in every other qualifier email. If he bought MT, they'd say he would buy MT. And this is the horrible situation of it all. Is the 2K are playing with people's lives. Like, this is $250,000. This guy spent 10 grand to go to America. I hope he has an incredibly good holiday. They didn't tell him why. And you might be saying, oh, like, that's his own fault. Hell no, it's not. If you have a really good chance of $250,000, but the only way you have a chance is to go to America, you probably would try to go to America. He paid 10 grand to bring his family over, probably for a holiday. That's much better than going over for a few days. But that's what he did. That's what he did. And it's just sad, man. I get it, we're all numbers. I get it, we're all numbers. We are just numbers to this company. But this hurts, man. I see crap like this. And look, for the comp guys who bought MT, there is a debate there. There is a debate there whether or not they should have been allowed to play or not. That is a legitimate debate. I think they should have. It's an okay, like it's an understandable argument. This completely understandable. Finesse and Love getting console banned for playing on a burner. For playing the tournament and qualifying on a burner. Completely fair. Danto with no prior communication. This is completely fair. Like, should it have happened in the first place? No, but it's completely understandable. And I think to completely argue that this is BS and the whole thing is probably a losing argument. The Danto situation isn't a great look from 2K. 2K refusing to publicly tell people that they can't. 2K refusing to publicly let people know that they can't play if they've been banned, or they shouldn't be allowed to play if they banned, then console banning a guy for qualifying. That's bad, but then this is just pathetic. It's just pathetic, and I've never been so glad to not be linked with 2K. I've never been so glad to not be an X-Maker. I've never been so glad to be not linked to this company. And again, it's not against any individual working there, so there's no point being out there tagging Six-Man Sam and stuff, because at the end of the day, these decisions are made as a collective whole. It's probably someone way above their level, and at the end of the day, it's people doing their jobs, just like I'm doing my job reporting on it. But man, this hurts. It hurts. Like, they're playing with people's lives and they don't give a damn. And like, again, it's understandable they don't give a damn. We are only numbers at the end of the day. And as much as we want to believe we aren't, we are only numbers. And I think the sooner we realize that, the better. That in no situation should we ever give 2K the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe so. I believe that this year has proven that when 2K do something good, great. I think that we should never give 2K the benefit of the doubt again. I think that in every decision they make, the consumer, fair enough, like, the consumer comes after the money, which makes sense. Which makes sense from a business standpoint. It's not it is what it is. But man, I'm just disappointed at this. I'm just very, very disappointed at this. And I feel so bad for Zettery. Did nothing wrong. 20 days ago, got an email to say he qualified. Came back onto the game, and in 10 days practiced enough that he qualified again, and then got disqualified based on the reasoning of, we can disqualify you for whatever reason we want. Not great luck, is it?